If you've looked at any of the videos on this channel, you're going to know one thing. I'm a big Gene Roddenberry fan. I love Star Trek. I love Star Trek Next Generation. I like DS9. I like Voyager. I love the movies. I'm just a big fan. I also liked Assignment Earth, which was a sort of a backdoor pilot to something he tried back in the 60s. One thing I also really enjoyed that not a lot of people know about is another Gene Roddenberry idea, which started off as Battleground Earth, but then became Earth, Final Conflict. So, Earth Final Conflict was an idea that Gene had. Gene had lots of ideas. And this is something that after he passed, Major Roddenberry, dug it up and was sort of fishing around for a while. And it didn't actually really hit the ground until 1997 when Earth Final Conflict aired. Now, I always liked this show for a couple of reasons. One, sci-fi. Two is Roddenberry. And three, it was filmed in Toronto. Like it was just, I'm an hour north of Toronto, so it's just really nearby. So I thought that was really cool as well. Not that it's a selling feature, but like Titans is filmed in Toronto, and it's another story. Anyway, I really dug the first season. I remember watching it with my wife. I'd just been newly married for a year at this point, and Earth Final Conflict comes on, the first episode, and my wife is out visiting her sister in Manitoba. So I'm home alone. I'm just figuring, well, what's this? Let's watch this. This is awesome. Kevin Kilner was just, he killed it as William Boone. Such a great character and just his journey. And then we got to the end of season one and it was like, what? Where's, you killed Boone. What? And then we had Liam Kincaid for several seasons. I watched season 2 and I watched some of season 3, season 4, and season 5. Anyway, such a great start, and then kind of went, but they had to bring Boone back in season 5 for a while, and then they killed him off again. Anyway, the reason I'm bringing this up is I started this project a year ago, found some cool files. Actually, someone I know from the RPF, because I was on the RPF. Well, I still am. I'm there as Dave Porter. I was Tempest. So if any of you are watching this and going, oh, hey, yeah, oh, I know that guy. I went to my real name just because I was trying to break out of the pseudonyms. I was Argus and I was Tempest. And I said, you know what? I'm Dave. Hi, pleased to meet you. And now David C. Porter has DCPFX, where you're at right now. Anyway, I found this. I always thought this was a cool device. This was sort of the precursor to what we have now with our iPhones, and we can video chat with people and everything else. This is what they called the global link, or just a global for short. They wore these. Actually, on the show they compressed down. They had this set up so you would, it would be compressed unit. You pull it out, and there'd be a touch screen on here that you would do all that with, and they wear it on their belt. This was a cool prop. So I made this a while ago, and I always thought about making the centerpiece because on the RPF he made all the pieces so you can have one closed, you have one open, and I never really got a good print of the middle section. Now I have the new printer, the CR10 V2, prints so much better than the CR10S that I have. So in the office I hammer this out after a couple hours and it just fits so nicely. As you can see, this isn't glued. This is just like the model they made is so fantastic. I will glue it so it stays. But as you can see, I can knock it around. Oh, I got a little loose there. And it's fine. It's good to go. This is just, it was a cool prop. It was a cool thing that they had. I love all the stuff they did. There's some really out there technology. The global was one thing, and it just was a bunch of satellites where everyone could communicate, and MCI was huge in it. They were sponsoring it. So in the future, MCI was the technology that was out there. But they had the CVI, the cerebral viral implant, where the chosen few who got them. The whole story is aliens come to Earth to come and the offer of help. The Talons come and we hit the ground running. 3 years later, the Talons they've eliminated diseases and poverty and all those other things, but they have an ulterior motive as it comes out over the next 5 seasons. But they have the cerebral viral implant, so they're protectors that are there to help the Talons survive, which their energy being where they need that for. Another story. That's the cerebral viral implant. It upgrades your brain so that you don't just have perfect memory, you can live in the moment. So after the lead character Boone gets this, and he's part of the Resistance, and check it out if you can. It's available on DVD, has been for years. It's probably playing in one of your local sci-fi stations as well. Anyway, he's able to go into a memory he has before his wife dies. Again, another part of the story. And he's able to flip through pieces of it to find who he thinks killed her. Cool technology. Also allowed him to have an engineered weapon on his arm called a Skrill. As an energy being, well, energy base that could fire things. And I loved it. I loved it. Like I say, season 1 is great. 2, 3, and 4, and 5. But I have them. I watched them. I was like anything. I'll watch season 1 again and again and again. It's great. So anyway, this is primed, other than the middle piece, which I'll do that soon. I'm going to attach this all, and I'm going to then get a coat of paint. It's 3 colors. It's a silver and a gray and a black, so it's easily done. I haven't even made a belt clip. I might just not. I just leave it on the desk, or I'll probably make 2, so I'll have this one open and another one closed, and that'll be my Earth-Final Conflict props. Now, luckily enough, last year at the prop party, the Toronto prop party, there was a few people there who worked in the Toronto movie scene, well, TV scene in the 90s. They had a global prop. I took a lot of pictures of it. Used a $5 bill for measurement because I didn't have a ruler with me. They worked on FX the Series. Another thing I'm going to talk about down the road. I loved FX the Series. Again, filmed in Toronto. Anyway, so I got some these really cool things that they had, and they said, "Yeah, please handle it." And I said, "Do you mind if I touch the global?" And they went, "You know what this is?" I said, "Yeah, I love this show." "Oh, hey, FX." Oh, so we had a good long talk about that. I was right next to them. I was the electronics guy, and they were asking me a lot of questions about, well, we would just turn these things on with like an LED or done. How do you make them move? Well, you use this and this. So things I'll be showing off here as well. Anyway, that's my my video for the day. This is just what I want to talk about. I'm trying to get something, the printer's always humming these days, making something. I got some metal filament from a friend. He couldn't make it work right. And I said, well, I printed a comm badge and it works out just fine. So maybe it's just technique. Anyway, I want to say to everyone, thanks for stopping in. So if you haven't checked it out, check out Earth-Final Conflict. I really enjoyed it, even though the subsequent seasons are, like I even bought some of the books. I've got several of the books that they made, novelizations, not of the show, just of the characters. I really enjoyed that as well. So thanks for coming by. I hope to see you all again soon.